Hello my friends, this is Alien Contactee Linol Anderson here with you guys with a brand new YouTube BitChute video. In today's video we're going to be talking about these massive solar flares that have been hitting Earth in the past week. In fact, as I make this video, there's a big solar flare hitting. So we're going to be talking about what this is all about and how this is actually triggering the Great Awakening. People all around the Earth are experiencing spiritual awakenings, remembering who they truly are, and even going through this Kundalini process, releasing their Kundalini as well. A total transformation, and it's all directly because of the sun. So we're going to get right into that today. We're going to be going over some of these symptoms you might be feeling and what to expect in the near future. So let's just get right into it, my friends. I'm just going to encourage everybody to hit that subscribe button. As I say, subscribe to survive. I cover it all from NWO, extraterrestrials, occult, spirituality, and much more. And hit that notification bell. And please smash that like button as it helps me get this video out to more people. Okay, my friends. So let's just get right into it. So yes, major sun activity happening, my friends. In fact, earlier last week, there was some major X-class solar flares, and it even shut down the airports in the United States of America. Take a look. That's right, so their computers went down, okay? Why did they go down? Well, of course they're not going to come right out and tell you why it's happening, because if people knew this was going on with the sun, there would be mass panic, right? So we don't know why it went down or what a glitch or whatever, but no, my friends, this is definitely from these solar flares, because you see, these solar flares can affect the satellites and the technology. They're even saying that one of these solar flares could even create this blackout, right? A lot of people think that would come from a cyber event, right? By the elites, you know? But what if it wasn't the elite that do that? What if it's actually something they can't control and it's from the sun, right? It's very possible that could happen. In fact, it's happened before. There was the Carrington event that happened in the 1800s, I believe, which with the technology they had back then, it shut everything down. And that was back in the 1800s. So if that happened again today, you could imagine what would happen with the electronics and everything else like that. But it actually might be what humanity needs, since everybody's so hooked to their phones, and you know, you got all that stuff going on. But that's a topic for another video. So yes, we got these solar flares coming in, and it's affecting everybody. It's affecting me. It's affecting you. It's affecting everyone, even the people who are still asleep. It's affecting them. They don't even know it. Okay? So it's causing lots of symptoms. Well, number one, the Great Awakening. More and more people are waking up because all this high vibrational energy is coming down, and it's awakening us, yeah? And it's causing all sorts of physical symptoms. So you might be feeling insomnia. You might be having a hard time falling asleep. You might be feeling anxiety. Yeah. You might be feeling the sweats. You might be sweating lots. You might be feeling head pressure. Yeah. I know I get pressure right in my third eye chakra. May be feeling lots of spiritual feelings too, you know? You're feeling more in touch with your spirituality, like feeling like you're one with the universe and one with everybody else, realizing that love is the answer. You might be seeing through the veil, seeing through the illusions of the Matrix. That's right, you might be seeing that we live in a Matrix simulation, my friends. All these things can be happening to you. You might be confused. You might be feeling a lot of fear. You might be feeling a lot of emotional things. Maybe you're feeling, because see, we're purging out things. It's a purification process. So you might be releasing old traumas. Maybe you're revisiting your past a lot and viewing all the events that happened in your life. And a lot of that stuff may be triggering you, you know, because you're in high anxiety. You might be worrying about the future a lot, about what's going to happen. All this stuff may be running through you. You might be in a state of fear, my friends. There's a chance you've released your Kundalini. Millions of people around the world are now having their Kundalini energy released spontaneously. In previous years, people who wanted to release their Kundalini, it was a lot more rare of a thing, you know, and, you know, some of these Buddhist monks and yogis would have to practice Kundalini yoga and doing these spiritual practice for years, sometimes their whole life, before they could release their Kundalini, if they could even do it. And now millions of people worldwide are spontaneously having their Kundalini being released without any spiritual practices. And it's something I'm going through myself right now through this process, because the sun is activating you. People are being activated worldwide with this Kundalini, my friends. And a lot of people are losing their minds right now because they don't know what the Kundalini is, okay? It's dormant energy that we all have inside of us. It's our own energy. It's not an outside force. It's us that lays dormant down at the bottom of our spine. And when released, it shoots up through all the chakras, right? And then it begins a purification process, and it clears all your chakras. And it, at the end of the day, once it's done, you reach enlightenment, okay? But it's a very hard, difficult process, especially if you weren't preparing for it, okay? If you were not preparing for this Kundalini awakening, and your chakras are blocked, yeah, you have blocked chakras, then the energy could get stuck at certain points. I know for me, when mine first released, and I still struggle with it to this day, I know my third eye chakra had some imbalances, you know, overactive third eye chakra. But, and the energy was stuck in my head for the most part for a couple months, few months. Even to this day, some days I'll have problems where I get pressure. You'll feel pressure or headaches, you know. That's because the energy is building up there. And usually it's because, you know, if you have an overactive third eye chakra like I do, you're thinking too much anxiety, too much worrying, and that builds up all the energy and it gets stuck there. So you got to learn how to clear your chakras, how to balance and all that. Grounding is very important. And but yeah, in the beginning, if you don't know what's happening to you, you could think you're going crazy. A lot of people end up in the mental institution. They say, I've heard numbers like 30% of people who are in the mental institution aren't actually schizophrenic. They actually are just going through the Kundalini. And they don't know how to deal with it, because when this happens, you could be having, your third eye opens and you could start seeing entities, right? You'll start seeing other beings, otherworldly beings, and having these supernatural experiences. You might have out-of-body experiences. I know for me, I started astral traveling, leaving my body on a regular basis. So for people who don't know what's happening to them, this is terrifying. They start losing their mind. They go to their doctors. They tell the doctors, I'm seeing entities, this is happening. Of course, Western medication does not recognize the Kundalini, so they say you're schizophrenic, you're mentally ill. They start giving you medications, and of course, the medications do not work at all for Kundalini, and that just makes you worse. Oftentimes, they'll aggravate the symptoms, and then these poor people are in the loony bin, and they think, you know, they're going crazy, when really they've just activated their Kundalini and they're not dealing with it properly. There are ways to deal with the Kundalini, my friends. 100% there is ways, and it's something I was forced to learn, because when mine released, I went through a really hard time. I was very scared. It was the most terrifying experience of my life, but I made it my goal to research and study it and figure out how to deal with it. And now here I am 4 or 5 months into the process, feeling a lot better. It's still a challenge, especially when these solar flares happen. Every time there's a solar flare, which is every day, I get overwhelming amounts of energy, and it's very challenging some days. But I could handle it now because I know what's happening and I know what to do. I'm prepared and I know what to do. And as time goes on, you get more and more comfortable with the situation, and your energy levels adjust over time. Your body starts getting used to the higher levels of energy. So what can you do for the Kundalini if you've released this, or the spiritual awakening, if you're experiencing these ascension symptoms? Well, I'm running out of time in this video, but I'll go over a couple things. Anyway, the most two important things I would say. Number one is to surrender Yeah, if you're going through a lot of these Ascension symptoms, Kundalini symptoms, you need to let go and surrender. It is your resistance to the process that is giving you the problems. That's right. If you're resisting, if you're fighting it at all, then it's just going to make you worse and worse, and things are going to get worse and worse. The energy is going to get worse and worse. Yeah? So you got to totally surrender to the process. Stop arguing with your mind. Your ego is going to be going crazy. Your ego mind is going to be, it doesn't understand what's happening. So it's going to be talking nonstop. You're going to be stuck in your head. And you got to do your best to let go, surrender to it. Don't argue with it. Don't fight with it. Just surrender and let go. That's number one. And number two, you need to ground your energy to the earth, yeah? You need to ground the energy to the earth. That's the number one, the number two thing you can do. Go outside, do grounding, take your shoes off and your socks off, and just go and hug some trees, you know. Do everything you can to ground your energy to the earth, because you have so much built up energy and you need to start getting that into the earth, my friends. And that will help you a lot. Now, there's a lot of other things that you will need to do. And like I said, this video is running long. So join me on my Patreon, where I have my Ascend to 5D class. That's right, in Ascend to 5D, we're covering all this stuff. I'll be going into even more in-depth things and what you can do to manage these symptoms and how you could ascend and successfully make it to 5D. So I'd love to have you guys there. But so the links are down below to Patreon. So definitely check that out, my friends. Or if you guys would just like to simply buy me a coffee, just for my efforts to bring you guys this knowledge, it helps me so much. It helps support me so I could continue bringing these videos to you guys. So the links are down below, and I tell you, if you bought me a coffee, I'd send you a bunch of Patreon videos. I'd send you at least 3 Patreon videos, including one talking about how to deal with these symptoms, just as a thank you. So the links are down below. But yeah, that's my advice, my friends. Surrender, let go, ground your energy, and research it as well. If you don't want to join my class, that's fine. This is all stuff that can be researched. It takes a lot of research to figure out everything. You know, I studied this every day for 3 months, you know, because I was desperate. I was at the point I was just desperate. But that's something you could do as well, you know, and the answers are out there. They are out there. But, you know, look it up on YouTube. Tons of stuff you can do. You will get through this, and just know, once you've gotten through all of it, you will be at the enlightenment stage. But yes, this is going to continue to keep happening, my friends, until the main solar flare event happens and this split happens. Some will make it to 5D, some will stay on the 3D timeline. But that's where it's all going, and it's said to just keep getting more intense throughout 2023. So buckle in, my friends. If you haven't been affected by it by now, you will soon. And at the end of the day, it's for the good of humanity, because we are raising our vibration and we are ascending out of this matrix at the end of the day. Okay? That's what it is. We are ascending to 5D level consciousness. We are purifying our bodies and purifying our minds and moving into the love vibration at a higher energetic level, a higher vibrational frequency. And it's a beautiful thing at the end of the day. It may be hard, it may be difficult to go through this, but end of the day, it's worth it. But I must say, don't force your Kundalini. Let it happen naturally. That's my advice, because if you release it before you're ready for it, then it could be a nightmare. So when you're ready, the Kundalini will know, which is you. It'll know when to release. So just trust the process, my friends. Best wishes. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. I got some major videos coming. Major videos, okay? I'm just telling you, I've got so much downloaded information to bring you guys. So make sure you're subscribed. And until next time, Lionel signing off. Best wishes, my friends.